It's confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. Shedeur Sanders will make his first ever NFL start for the Cleveland Browns in Week 12. I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. We're really saying that here in this early morning on a Wednesday. It's breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Shedeur Sanders will be the starter. Thank you all for hopping in the live. We got a lot to talk about. This means a lot of different things for the Cleveland Browns, and I want to get all your reactions here on the show as well. First thing I think we should do is just spam 12 in the comments. Get those 12s going down below. He's getting the start for the Browns. This is something that has been the biggest talking point for Cleveland literally since April, since the NFL draft, and now it's finally happening. We're going to see him start a game for the Browns. So spam those 12s in the comments section for a shout-out. Shout-out Jerry Gibson. Shout-out Walter Woodson. Shout-out Mr. Wilcox. Shout-out Joshua Miller, who's in the chat. Shout-out James Potts. William saying, it's about time. The perfect timing, some might say. Joshua Miller's already got his stat prediction in there as well. Spam those 12s. I see Rodney spamming 12. I see Milk Cap-a-Lot spamming 12. Spam it, spam it, spam it. Shedeur is getting the start. I got my 12 jersey on today. It is that time, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe it? Shedeur getting the start. Walter spamming some watches as well. Sibling spamming 12. It's 6 spamming 12, saying he's throwing for 250. I see Jerry again. Joshua Miller says, sweet jersey. Thank you, Joshua Miller. In fact, if you join us on the live, one of you might be able to win this very jersey. Stay tuned. Mr. Wilcox saying, we see you, big dog. Desert Dog with the 12. Steve with the 12. LAJ with the 12. Spam those 12s in the comments. Folks, it's happening. This is not a drill. Shedeur Sanders will start on Sunday for the Cleveland Browns. It's going to be box office, as I like to say. It's one of my favorite phrases. And that's exactly what it will be. People will be tuned in. It's 6 said, I've been waiting to wear mine too. I've been waiting. It's the perfect timing. Happening this Sunday, folks. We're going to talk about the breaking news, what Stefanski had to say about it. Lots to dive into here on today's show. But it's true. Shedeur will make the start. AFX getting this party started with a $2 super chat. What's up, AFX? Good to see you, my friend. Joshua Miller says, is it too late to flex the game? Reed in the building with us as well. Let's go, Reed.
Finally. Perfect timing, man.
Perfect timing. It was meant to happen. It's going to be fun. Steve says he's going to wear his Rolly all week. Those watches on this Sunday, folks. AFX with the $2 super chat. First one on the live. Says Joey O. What's up, AFX? I'm ready. Are you ready? It's the perfect timing in Cleveland. It's happening. Joshua Miller said it's burger night this evening. Let's go. Let's go. Walter said he's going to go off. I'm ready for it. I mean, I told my friends, I think we're going to get Shedeur's first touchdown pass of his career. I'd say we get a couple. It's going to be electric. I see Tone in the chat with the Joey O. It's time. Get hyped. It's happening. Stefanski's confirmed Shedeur will make his first
Dude, I think
NFL start.
him saying a full week of reps with the ones, that's huge.
Massive. I mean, that's going to be – that's something we're going to talk about here in our first segment. I mean, that is a big piece of this equation that's completely different and been a huge narrative all week long. AFX with another $2 super chat. Uh-oh. Do you have a number, Reed? For how much for a boot?
How much for a boot?
11
Somebody sends in a $100 super chat, I'll do a boot.
No way. No way. Reed would do a boot at 11 a.m. here for a $100 super chat on a Wednesday. Can you believe it? Tone with the $2 super chat as well. Getting fired up. Let's go.
How do you feel about it, Joey? How do you feel about it?
Dude, I'm excited. I mean, I've been...
Let me know your one-word reaction to his first snap
as
a starter.
Actually is a good weigh-in as well. I think hype. I'm excited. This hype is the word when you think of Shedeur that would surround him. I mean, there's so much hype around him. Um, I think there's gonna be so many eyeballs on this game. People are gonna tune in just to see what Shedeur is gonna do. I mean, it's all we've talked about, and now it's time. Tone is hyped up as well with the $2 super chat. Tone, thank you so much. Tone with the Joey O. It's a party. I'm so pumped for this game. Tone, I love it. I'm hyped up as well. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. Now, again, this is only happening because Gabriel is still in concussion protocol. It's not a benching or anything of that nature. But the fact that we're going to see Sanders play is something to be excited about, is something to look forward to. And so we've got lots to talk about for it, ladies and gentlemen. That debut, it wasn't pretty numbers-wise when you look at the box score, but I think there's a lot more that went into that, a lot more to analyze here in that game, right? And so the fact that he had never even taken a snap or a rep of practice with the first teamers. Well, what did you think it was going to look like being thrown into the game of the second half? This will be a more accurate test, a more reasonable debut and first start for Shedeur. So get excited, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening. It's going to be legendary, as one might say. Also, don't forget, we've got a deal for you guys. A Shedeur jersey on sale. Go to chatsports.com/12jersey. It's on sale. You're not going to want to miss this. This is the opportunity to get one. Shedeur making his first ever start. Make sure you have a jersey to rep this Sunday when he's doing it. Chatsports.com/12jersey. We're going to put that link in the chat right now. It's going to be in the description. You can't miss it. Easy to remember. Chatsports.com/12jersey on sale. I'm wearing it. It's time, folks. Chatsports.com. 12 jersey. Make sure you're repping it. I think it really is the perfect timing. You're going to want one of these on Sunday when he's out there. The Raiders are a bad team. I really think Shedeur could have a good performance, start to show what he's capable of. Make sure you're repping a jersey while he's doing it. There it is. That link's in the chat. The scoop is in! The scoop! Poop, scoop, and boogie! The $50 super chat! Let's go! It's time! It's the perfect timing. With the money coming down, it's Poop, Scoop, and Boogie! Bang! The 50! W Scoop in the chat. Let's go! Scoop says, my worry, Shedeur has a great game, and Gabriel will still be named the starter the following week. If that happens, I'm done, Joey. Big love from Scoop of the Poop. Scoop! Hey, man, that's a real possibility. What we've seen from Stefanski is he did say that Gabriel will be the starter this week if he cleared. Now, he didn't clear. Shedeur's named the starter. But all the Browns' actions indicate that they do want Gabriel to still start. Now, is there a world where Shedeur absolutely balls out and really makes this a conversation? It's a possibility. Stefanski was asked about it actually today as well, and he said, I'm just focusing on this week. So, no answer. But Scoop, I feel you. If Shedeur goes and balls out, how could you not name him the starter at least a week after next if Gabriel's bad when he returns? So, Scoop, thank you so much for that 50. You are a legend. It's really a party now, folks. It's a party. If you want to be on the show,
I was gonna say we're gonna do a nice little video breaking down the fact that Shedeur is actually gonna be starting against the Las Vegas Raiders, a team that he thought he was gonna go to. Remember? He thought he was going to be a Las Vegas Raider. There were some talks and rumors that they might have drafted him at number 6. But obviously, didn't go that way. So it's going to be, like we said, box office.
Box
It's going to be box
office.
office. So we're going to do a video on that, and then we're also going to do a video of you guys reacting to the news that Shedeur Sanders is going to be the starter against the Raiders. So make sure to use hashtag Browns or like Poop, Scoop, and Boogie, like Tone, like AFX. If you want to send in a super chat, by all means, it helps the channel. It helps us. Just supporting the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. And you get to skip the line. So whatever you want to say in your super chat, you'll skip the line of everyone using hashtag Browns. Sort of like a fast pass.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, make sure we're going to do a video. So if you want to be featured in that video, make sure hashtag Browns or super chat, and you'll get up on screen and get to react to Shedeur Sanders actually getting his first NFL start.
Can you believe it?
I'm excited.
Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? And Scoop, that is a great point that you made. We're going to put you in our video. Super chat or use the hashtag Browns. Actually, can we go back to Scoop's super chat real quick? Producer Reed. Shedeur was just asked about that very same question, if he could remain the starter. And Shedeur just said he's staying present. He's not thinking about it. He's going to take his time with this one. But the fact, if reporters
love that.
are
That's a
asking,
good answer.
It's a good answer. Good answer. Mike Nintendo in the chat as well.
Mike, I responded. Did you see my response? I said flawless. Flawless. I appreciate the consideration because I did do 5 total streams that week. I was on Seahawks, Browns, Broncos, Falcons, and Raiders.
Yeah. Mike, I got to move up though.
What's up, Braden? Oh, and I think who was asking? Somebody was like, "What's a boot?" I think that was Mr. Wilcox. Mr. Wilcox was like, "What's a boot?" A boot is 3 beers in 1 boot. It's called a Das Boot.
Who's going to download?
AFX. I said if somebody sends in $100 super chat, I'll do a boot in honor of Shedeur starting.
Let's go, Reed. But yeah, folks, this is happening. Mike, what do you think about Shedeur starting? Comment in the chat. Shedeur is at the podium now, so we're going to get some quotes from him as well. I think the main thing, though, is he's actually going to get the reps this week. They can actually develop a game plan around Shedeur. Mike says, I think it's a good move, but it comes with some risk. Well, the thing with the Browns is they didn't really have much of a choice. We wanted him to be named the starter.
Yeah, this is like, I remember I was talking about this last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever. It was like, you don't want Shedeur. Braden! What's up, Braden? You don't want Shedeur or Gabriel to get hurt. Like, you don't want him to have a concussion. You don't want him to get hurt at all.
Right.
Because it's just, he's still a member of the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
But seize the opportunity, Mr. Shedeur.
Next man up. That's what they say. He's ready. He wants it. Oh, that's right. Also, Dillon Sanders was asked if he'd be there, and he was like, "I don't know yet. I got to figure it out." Dillon might be in the building this Sunday in Las Vegas. It's going to be electric. It really is. Shedeur says he doesn't know if Dillon will be there also, but we got Braden with the 10. Let's get this party going. Braden said, "Are we more excited for Shedeur to start or Stranger Things Season 5? Let's all be honest. It's Shedeur." Braden with the 10. Braden, thank you so much for that 10. That's hilarious, man. I haven't watched any of the Stranger Things, so. I've never watched it.
You've never seen Stranger Things?
No?
I think you gotta do it now when the last season comes out. Before the last season comes out, and then you get to watch the last season with everyone.
Should I?
It's really good. You'd like it.
All right. Oh, all right. Yeah. If you're saying I'd like it, I trust you. I'll watch the first episode, see what I think. But we're super hyped up, Braden. Thank you so much for the 10. This is going to be electric. AFX came in with the 5 as well. Let's go. Mike Nintendo saying, that's my point. They have a lot of injuries at quarterback. there's that chance you're stuck with Watson. Mike, that's a great point, actually, right there, because he could end up coming into this mix. They didn't open up his practice window.
Mike, do me a favor and copy and paste that one where you said that's my point with a lot of injuries. Copy and paste that and put hashtag Browns before or after it. We'll use that on the cut.
We get you in our video, Mike. Mike said this channel's better than the Browns. Thank you, Mike. That's right. That's right. They haven't looked too good. AFX with the 5. Joe, what's the odds that if Shedeur does play good, Dillon Gabriel will be the starter? I hate to say it, AFX, because I'm not the one making the decisions for the Browns. I think honestly, it's more likely than not that they name Gabriel the starter the week after. He would, to make it a real conversation for the Cleveland Browns, it would have to be like 300-yard, 3-touchdown performance type of deal. I think it would have to the offense would have to have some life with it's never had.
It's got to be a significant, like, if you don't start him next time because of how well he played, it's like be investigated for tanking.
Yeah.
Because if he does well, why not run the hot hand, right?
Right.
And if thank you, Mike. Good stuff.
Let's go, Mike.
We'll use that. Use the hot hand, but I think if he blows it out of the water and wins, if he gets the Browns a win,
right?
I think that's huge.
I think that's huge. What could be more likely, AFX, is let's say Shedeur goes and balls out on Sunday, and then Gabriel gets out of protocol, and Stefanski's like, yeah, we're going to go back to Gabriel. And everybody's really mad about it for the whole week. And then Gabriel stinks it up that next Sunday. Now I think that's your most likely scenario of, okay, they'll be like, fine, we'll go to Shedeur. And then
yes, if you want to say Gabriel is the starter. Gabriel's our starter. Shedeur's the backup. He's in until Gabriel gets back, no matter how he plays.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay. And then he stinks it up again, like you said. I think it comes to a point of, are you trying to win football? Are you trying to win this team football games? Like, are you trying to win or no? Because if you're not putting the person who is winning games for you and playing well, then there's something behind that.
There's something going on. And so we shall see. Brown's decision making is always confuse us. Probably ever. For real, AFX. With the most hyped 2-8 team matchup. Really. Dude, there are going to be a lot of eyes on this. Yeah. I think people also, this is in Las Vegas. I think it's going to sound like a half and half Browns home game when Shedeur takes the field. Yeah.
The Raiders game with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Cowboys fans there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Mike said, what's Gabriel out with? He's in concussion protocol. So that's why Gabriel will not play. AFX again with the 5. Let's go. Good questions being put in the chat right now. We will do a Q&A with all you guys with your super chats and some questions that use the hashtag Browns. Braden said Raiders fans are even rooting for Shedeur. Right? AFX with the 5. I'll never endorse a tank in the end of the day. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, and I will always want my team to win. I love this, AFX. You've been watching the Browns report. That's exactly how I feel as well. Like, the fan in me, I can't stand that concept of, like, losing. I get it. The silver lining is you get a higher draft pick, or if you want to trade the pick, it's more valuable. But, I hate watching it.
Think about the Raiders and the Browns, actually. They kind of tanked last year, right?
They
So,
sucked.
then they once again they talking about tanking. So like maybe it doesn't really work. How about you just win games?
Yeah, right.
Like you just win games.
Yeah.
Because when you tank and you get good draft picks, clearly it doesn't change your team around in one year.
Right.
Yeah, it did it for the Commanders, but like that's because they got a generational quarterback. If you get a generational quarterback and you still don't, and you're still tanking the next year, like what? Like I don't know.
I know.
It makes no sense. Just win games.
Just win the games. Seriously. Especially against the rivals. Especially. Red Zone said, I hope Shedeur balls out, but they still lose. TBH. I think a win would do numbers for him, no. It would, Dude, I've been wanting to see these flashes, man. I mean, like, it would be electric. I believe so. Well, yeah. Like Raiders are 2-8. Browns 2-8. And it's going to be one of the most viewed games in Week 12. Let's go. It's time. The Raiders are favored? Really? That's surprising. That is surprising. Also, hit that like button if you're in this stream right now, folks. Got 33 likes at the moment. Smash that like button, especially if you're excited to see Shedeur's first ever start. Just click that like. Let's do it. Before we get into our video with the breaking news and what you need to know about it, let me know in this comment section what you think Shedeur's stat line will look like against the Raiders. Comment down below. Spam your predictions. What do you think we're in for number 12? Let me know down below. AFX said, if it's a like 6-7 win season, but Shedeur plays well, it's a success of a season we can build off. Absolutely. I mean, you've got what? Actually got 7 games left? Maybe 8? No, 7 games left. So if you win a majority of those and Shedeur's playing well, absolutely. And then you'd know this is a quarterback we can develop, build around with the draft, because you're still going to have some good draft picks. You got 2 first-rounders no matter what. And this is what I want to find out, because there was so much hype around him in the draft. The ability's there. The numbers were there at Colorado. What can he do in an NFL setting? He's getting a chance this Sunday. Let's see it. Let's get excited for it and cheer him on. Let me know what his stat line will look like versus the Raiders. Comment your prediction in the chat right now. Rodney said, how many points are the Raiders favored by? I believe it's 4. -4. It's crazy. Crazy. Third. Still a bit of a ways away, huh? Colin. All right. There you go. Thank you. That is crazy. I mean, seriously? The Raiders, did they not watch Monday night? You watched that game. The Raiders looked awful. Their offensive line is maybe the worst in the league.
They ran the ball 12 times. 6 with Jeudy, and I think 6 again, or it was like 13 times because I think it was like 6 and 7 carries. But I'm not sure.
And Geno led them in rushing. Jeudy at 7 yards. I mean, the Browns' defensive line is the best in the league according to PFF. What Myles Garrett's going to do to the Raiders' offensive line, they're going to have to triple team him. And then Mason Graham can get home. Isaiah McGuire. Get ready. Malik Collins, who's having one of the best seasons as an interior. Get ready. Get excited. Look at that. We got some great questions flowing in the chat right now. Like I said, super chat or use the hashtag Browns to be a part of our show. And if you send $100 super chat, Reed said he'll do a boot. That deal's still on the table. We're going to get into our first cut here of the breaking news. I think it's time to let the people know. All right. You mean play it or splice it? Okay, man. Cool. Should we tell the cullinator? Sweet. All right, fun stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening. It's time. I am ready. He knows. He knows. All right, let's do it. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The perfect timing is this Sunday. Shedeur Sanders has been named the starting quarterback in NFL Week 12 to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Welcome into the Browns Report, everybody. I am your host, Joey O Donoghue, and there's a major key piece of this news that we're going to break down on today's show. We're going to give you everything you need to know about Shedeur's first start, what to expect, and what to expect this week leading up to it. There's a lot of things that are going to look different than what last week was what we saw. But first, make sure you are subscribed to the Browns Report, because when news breaks like this, I've got you covered. Subscribe, join us. I also do daily Browns news and quarterback updates. If you want to know what's going on with Shedeur and or your favorite team, hit that subscribe button. I'm here for you all season long and beyond. Let's go on to Ian Rappaport's report of this, saying that Coach Kevin Stefanski announced Shedeur Sanders will make his first NFL start on Sunday. And here's the key. With a full week of reps with the ones coming, Dillon Gabriel, who has been starting, remains in the NFL's concussion protocol, and he won't practice today, Wednesday. We know that, but Stefanski confirmed that Shedeur is going to start. I think this is what we've been waiting for, is that middle section of the tweet. Now Shedeur will get all the reps with the ones. That's been a huge piece of conversation, a big narrative all week. Is people like Shannon Sharp were calling it malpractice that he hasn't even gotten a single rep with the one. And I think there's point to be said there, right? Because he is quarterback 2 on their roster. You know at any moment he can go into the game. And what's different in the Cleveland Browns perspective is they're both rookie quarterbacks, and Gabriel had gotten reps with the ones when he was a backup. Now that Shedeur is the starter, there's no excuse, and he will get every single rep with the one. It's a real opportunity for Shedeur, a real debut, his official first start. And it's a good test, right? Because he has not been prepped all season long to come in. All of a sudden, you've got to turn it around in 1 week and get him ready to start in an NFL game. And I know he loves these moments. He lives for these moments. His mentality is he wants the spotlight and these moments. He's ready for it. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like with that full week of practice, a game plan scripted for Shedeur. I think it's going to look a lot different than it did against the Ravens, which, if you box score watch, it doesn't look pretty. 4-16, he threw a pick and a really bad quarterback rating. But that's not necessarily a scenario where, no one in the organization thought he was going to go in that Sunday, which, again, partially on them for not having him prepped at all, because he was a play away from going in, and he had not even practiced with the starters. And, of course, he had to get thrown into that game against a tough team in the Baltimore Ravens. This week, with the reps, it's going to be different. You'll get to see a full game sample size of him. You'll get to see a game plan that is tailored to Shedeur Sanders, right? The plays that maybe he likes to run, that he can excel at. Every quarterback tells the coach on Sunday or Saturday morning, hey, this is what I really liked. Shannon Sharp confirmed that as well. Let's see if there's a game plan that Stefanski can put together, that Tommy Rees can call to better suit number 12, because it's a completely different quarterback than Dillon Gabriel. Now, the one factor in this equation is, our offensive line is still going to be terrible. You're not going to fix that overnight. You're not going to fix that. Trade deadline's passed. Seems like that's going to be an NFL draft sort of issue, something that the Cleveland Browns will need to address. And it might have looked worse than I've ever seen it against the Ravens for Shedeur. I mean, here's the 4th and 5 play where, it ended up being incomplete to Fannin. I mean, this was Shedeur barely even started his drop back, and he's got a Raven right in his face. What's he supposed to do? And do you see anybody open? No. So game incomplete. That ends the game. The protection I am worried about. They got that guy over there, Crosby, who's one of the best in the NFL at what he does. But I do think that we'll give Shedeur some time. Let's let him get his feet wet. A full start, a full week of practice is going to benefit him more in the long run than just sitting there and doing nothing, I believe. And this game in particular is a great time for it. The perfect timing, some might say. A very winnable game. The Raiders suck. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. I watched the game on Monday night. My gosh, their offensive line might be worse than ours. Myles Garrett's going to have a field day. Our defensive line ranked number 1 according to PFF. We should be put in a good spot for Shedeur to win this football game. I think he's going to do what not a lot of our quarterbacks have done this year, which is do enough to win on the offensive side of things. You let me know what you think, though, in the comment section below. Predict Shedeur Sanders' stat line versus the Raiders. Give me the yards. Give me the touchdowns. The picks if you think there will be any. Put the stat line in the comments so we can go back and see who called it. Let me know in that comment section. I think it's going to look a little bit closer to the Panthers game in preseason. Going up against a bad Raiders team, expect a couple touchdown passes, at least one. There's going to be some big changes with Shedeur being named the starter as well. I told you, he's actually going to get the reps. And so that is one thing that we've never seen be the case for Shedeur Sanders. That's one thing that you're going to be excited to see, and that everybody's been calling for it. Like I said, there should also be a game plan scripted around him. When he's thrown into that Ravens game, you got to remember, that plan was made for Dillon Gabriel and what Gabriel likes to do. This is going to be completely different. I think you get a little bit more mobility with Shedeur out there. You get more size, obviously. You get more arm strength. Arguably more accuracy. I think there's going to be some deep shots. We actually saw a couple already. Energy and juice and chemistry is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be eyes on this game. There's going to be fans that show up. Ticket prices rise. I think you're going to sit here half of a Browns home game, honestly. I mean, people are Shedeur. There are people that are literally just Shedeur fans that are going to buy tickets to go to this game and cheer every time he's out there. That's an advantage. That's an energy and an atmosphere that you get that you have not gotten with either of our quarterbacks before. I mean, when Shedeur walked out on the field against the Ravens, the atmosphere was and energy was palpable. The cheers were deafening. So energy is a real thing. Finally, that Browns coaching narrative, right? Can Stefanski develop a quarterback? A lot of people are starting to think the answer to that is no. Can Cleveland make a quarterback look good? Well, if Shedeur is super talented, goes out there and balls out, I think there's a lot riding on the Browns coaches as well. I don't think Stefanski can do much to save his job, honestly. But Tommy Rees, as a play caller, if they're going to clean house this season, Tommy Rees has 1 year as the offensive coordinator. Is it fair to fire him? Let's see if he can call some plays for Shedeur to put him in better spots. We got a lot more to talk about because this is huge news, folks. But I think this is the right moment to let you guys know about a Shedeur Sanders jersey sale that we have going on here at Chat Sports. I've got my 12 jersey on because I'm hyped up. If you go to chatsports.com/12 jersey, you can get one too for this Sunday to rep it while he makes his first ever NFL start. It's on sale, chatsports.com/12 jersey. That link is in the comment section. That link is in the description. It was $130 to get a Shedeur jersey. You can get it for just $98 now. Chatsports.com/12 jersey. You're going to want to be repping it when he goes out there and makes his first start. And who knows, this might be very valuable for years to come, depending on how this game goes. Chatsports.com/12 jersey. Shedeur had some comments about his debut afterwards. He said, I don't think I played good. I don't think I played good at all. I think it's a lot of things we need to look at during the week and go and get comfortable, even throwing routes with Jeudy and throwing routes with all those guys. I think that was my first ball to him all year. And he said, no, but on the other hand, I just think overall we got to go in next week and understand so then we have a week to prepare to stuff that I like to do. It's exactly what I was talking about here early on the show. He acknowledges he hasn't gotten the reps, and I do like that he takes some accountability and says, I don't think I played good at all. Skip Bayless would perhaps disagree. This is what he tweeted after Shedeur's debut. Shedeur is a franchise quarterback. I saw it Sunday. That Skip Bayless cadence like no other. I don't know if I'm ready to go out and say that, but I did see some flashes. I did see some decent throws from Shedeur. That connection to Fannin, 25 yards. Good looking throw in clutch time. 3rd and 10. They picked up the first, swinging it out to Jeudy. I think you can't really judge a whole lot of what we saw in one half of football in a very weird situation. And so, to Skip's point, I think there were some flashes. And I'd love to be able to say that soon here on the show. And, to my other point, this could have been a touchdown. Perfect throw to Gage Larvidan. It's in his hands. Awuzie with a ridiculous play to get his hand in there. He didn't turn his head, too. Some would argue this is defensive pass interference. But he got a hand in there to knock the ball away. If that touchdown is caught, the narrative's completely different about the debut. We're going to overtime, and Shedeur led a touchdown drive with a deep throw into the end zone. Really, what a good ball. I think you might see one of these on Sunday against a much worse Raiders defense. And so there's not a whole lot to go off of, which is even more reason to be excited about a full game slate with reps. Okay, let's see what he can do. Because for real, coming out of college, this man was supposed to be a first-round pick. He led the FBS in completion percentage, 74% last year. We know he put up great numbers at Colorado. We know he broke the school records and then mysteriously slid in the NFL draft to the 5th round. A lot of NFL teams, owners didn't want to take that chance on him. Maybe it was pre-draft interviews. I don't know. But the talent, according to Mel Kiper and other draft experts, was always there. Let's get a glimpse of that ability. We're going to see it this Sunday. It's happening. Been calling for it all season long. Everyone's going to be tuned in. It's a polarizing player. He's loved. He's hated. Everyone wants to see what he's going to do. We're going to get that chance this Sunday. He's been prepped. He'll be prepped. He'll be ready. Number 12 will take the field, ladies and gentlemen. A 5th-round pick getting more attention than 5th-round pick I've ever seen in recent memory. Finally going to see what he can do. And like I said, there's going to be some other factors that the Browns' offensive line still sucks. Right? It is still the Cleveland Browns we're talking about here. I think it's going to look improved. I think we're going to do enough to win. That's going to be huge for Shedeur and the Browns. Are you excited for it? Get ready. It's his first start ever. Type Y for yes if you're excited to see it. Type N for no if you're not excited to see number 12. But let me know in that comment section if you're hyped up for Shedeur's first start against Las Vegas. I'm super excited to see what he's going to do. And I want the absolute best for him. Hoping for some good things. So type Y for yes or N for no. That's going to do it for our breaking news edition of the Browns Report. Go ahead and follow me on X at Joey O 70 if you want to get some more Shedeur updates and just talk about what we're seeing. I'm pretty active on Twitter now. And hit that subscribe button. Make sure you never miss a Browns Report video or update on your quarterbacks and your favorite team. Hit that subscribe button. And we thank you all for joining us. Join us live this Sunday for Shedeur's first start. We'll see you there. It's happening. It's happening. Oh, we got quite the quote from Shedeur. I feel like I'm the guy. I know I'm the guy. Dude, I love his mentality. I love it. That's what I'm saying. We need, how many losers have we had in Cleveland over the years? I like the guy that says, that wants to change the franchise, man, that wants to be here and win. I mean, the head coach, for crying out loud, says, I've never heard Kevin Stefanski say he hates losing. That was the first thing Shedeur said when we lost to the Ravens. So I like this moxie. This is the only other player that really had that was Baker.
I don't understand why. I hate it because I don't want the reason he's going in is because of injury.
I know.
I want the reason he's going in is because we trust him. We think after what we've seen in practice and his hard work and his work ethic. Oh, maybe everyone did make a mistake in the draft. And it's okay, now he's ready. He's going to start. But it's oh, Gabriel's hurt. Yeah, just throw Shedeur in. It's come on, man. Give him a little bit of something. Give him some help at least of get him with the ones and be yeah, just in case Gabriel goes down. But it's you didn't even do that. You just were yeah, we're going to ride on Gabriel either way.
Yeah.
Pause.
No, literally. I mean, there's a report recently that we're going to talk about in a future video that Albert Breer was saying the Browns never intended to play Shedeur this year, which would somewhat explain their actions, but
And I don't want like those like rumors to come out and be like, oh, maybe they are just sitting him because he's their franchise quarterback and that's what they're planning on. They would say that.
right.
They would come out and be like, hey, we're gonna sit Shedeur. We have a lot of confidence in him. We see him being the quarterback for the future.
Right.
We're gonna sit him and not play him. That's why he's not getting in with the
Right.
ones. But even if he was the franchise quarterback that they're gonna sit him, they don't want to play him this year. Why is he not getting reps with the ones then? So I don't know if that's true. I don't even know if that would be true. If they're we're sitting him because he's our franchise quarterback. Like
No, they actually think Gabriel was the better prospect. I mean, that's why they drafted him ahead of him, and
which says a lot
it says
about
a
how
lot.
the Browns have done their work with quarterbacks. Is that
Bro.
you think a 5'6" Dillon Gabriel
5'6" is funny.
is better than like I don't know.
Dude, exactly. I've never agreed with it. I didn't understand the pick. And, to AFX's point, and Poop Scoop and Boogie, they might stick with Gabriel after this week, which we'll see. I hope Shedeur goes out and balls out, though, and really makes this a conversation. I'm ready to see what he can do. If you're excited for it, type Y for yes. Or you can put N for no in the chat right now. Like I said, we're also going to do a Q&A to get everybody's reactions in here. We want to know what you guys are feeling, what your questions are, what you think. So put a question or take in the chat with the hashtag Browns. Or everybody that's super chatted, we're automatically going to put you in our video. Get your voice heard on YouTube. We just hit over 60,000 subscribers. I mean, you guys are awesome for that. Get your voice out there. We're going to make a video with your reactions. So super chat or use the hashtag Browns right now to be a part of the video with your take or your question for me to answer. Andrew said he's not looking forward to the game. Hey, Reed. He said, 49ers. Do you mean the Raiders? Coggin Blaster said, Andrew Berry has proven that he has no idea when it comes to drafting quarterbacks. Dude, for real.
I just, I've said it. I've always had the same exact feeling about, Shedeur and Gabriel is they should be flipped. He should have been a third. If you're going to take him in the third round, or if you were going to take a quarterback, if the Browns were going to take a quarterback, and you're like, all right, we're going to take one. They're deciding, all right, we're going to take one in the third round.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy crap, Shedeur Sanders is still here. Let's draft him there. And then if you're like, all right, you know what, let's get some competition. Then you're like, all right, let's bring in Gabriel in the fifth round.
Right.
That's always how I've been.
Yeah.
They should have been flipped.
Right.
And
we've been saying it for months.
we've been saying, I that's always been my take. I don't know.
But here they are. Man, I'm excited to see him play this Sunday. Dude, how electric. If he balls out, that's just going to do wonders for so many things.
Jay Schwang brings up a good point. He said he treated the Cleveland community as family. He embraced he never had a bad attitude of he's always just been all right, yeah, I'm gonna take the opportunities I can get and we'll see what happens. He's never once been nah, fuck that guy. I want to be the starter. Blah blah blah. Obviously he wants to be the starter, but he's always been respectful and he's always been
right
in the community and helping out and
yeah, signing jerseys.
Yeah,
absolutely. So let's see it this week. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, get your questions going, get your takes going with the hashtag Browns and or super chat to get on the show. Shout you out, put you on screen, and put you in our YouTube video. Do you have a decent amount of questions yet? Or you want to get a couple more? Get some more people going. Yeah. All right. It's gonna be fun. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like it. Okay. I like it. Let me, yeah, actually. Look at my script so I can, like. Oh, yeah. I've never liked Skip Bayless because he hates LeBron, but I love that the Skip Bayless tweet after the debut was, Shedeur's a franchise quarterback. I saw it on Sunday.
I saw that and I was like, wow. You know what? That's a take. But
That's
hey,
a take.
put it out there because if he's right, everyone's gonna look back and be like, "Oh, Skip, you're an idiot. Skip, you're an idiot." And then like 2 years from now, when if Shedeur becomes a franchise quarterback, he's gonna be like, "See?"
Yeah. I hope he's right. He was wrong about Johnny Manziel, though. Do you remember that Skip quote? He was like, Johnny Manziel will be bigger in Cleveland than LeBron James ever was. He just hates LeBron, bro. But, no, I remember thinking that around draft time because that's what I was reading. That Shedeur literally said it himself. He's like, if you're not trying to change the franchise, don't come get me. I like that, man.
Especially because of his name too. Like, I think there's like record setting of the amount of attention and media attention on a backup quarterback. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so much comes with him, and I think he understands it. So he's like, if you don't want your franchise to be changed, like, don't get me.
Yeah. No, literally. It's Neil Robinson. Cool question. Will we ever get to see Luke Floria again, who Shedeur is playing with in preseason? It's funny. They actually asked Shedeur if any of the young developmental wide receivers would get to play this week because he's playing, and Shedeur said, "I don't think I have that much motion yet." But Floria had the sick one-handed catch in preseason. I remember they waived him with an injury designation, but I believe he was able to get back on. We'll see. We shall see. Jay Schwan. Shedeur's words before being drafted, he changes franchises. Y'all thought he was lying? That's what I'm saying. I like that he says that and is confident in his ability. Like,
yeah, and I think a lot of people took that as like arrogance and cockiness.
right.
That's just confidence. Like, he understands who he is and like what he represents. So he's like,
Right.
I think that was confidence misunderstood. Like,
Right.
they took that as like cocky. It's like, no, like, it's Shedeur Sanders did. Like, he's gonna change the franchise.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like why wouldn't you want him to say that? What do you want him to say?
Yeah, if there's a quarterback, be like, yeah, I'll be all right for you.
Right.
It's like, we don't want that.
Yeah, he no, exactly. I agree. But and that's the other thing too, though. Like, he. I mean, he's telling us he could be a franchise quarterback. Like, it's not like he's out there saying like, yeah, like I'd be a great backup. He's like, oh, watch, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. As a Browns fan, like, heck yeah, I'm in.
I saw the thing where it was like, oh, well, Shedeur, he's never played any reps with any of these guys. And then there was a comment where it was like, oh, well, Baker Mayfield went to the LA Rams and was only there for 2 days and led a game-winning drive.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you can say that, but Shedeur is also a rookie.
Right.
He's never played in an NFL, like a regular season NFL game,
right,
except for against the Ravens. Like, that was his first time playing in the NFL.
Right.
And people are trying to compare that to Baker Mayfield, who had been in the league for like 6 or 7 years at that point.
Yeah, like, literally. And by the way, it'd be great to go to the Rams and Sean McVay's system and start there behind that offensive line. On the Baker didn't have success with the Panthers. So the system is also a different. The Browns, talking about a dumpster fire mess of a system. Well, welcome to Cleveland.
Literally, exactly what Jay Sean said. Remember, Browns fans, he's 23, he's a baby in a man's sport. He will grow. Like, that's, if you want to talk about, Baker Mayfield doing that game-winning drive, like, dude, he's like old, like not old, but like that was only like a couple years ago, where it was like, yep, like he had been in the league for so long. That was literally Shedeur's first game in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's only like 23. Like,
Right.
I'm excited for this game because it's against the Raiders. He's gonna have some pressure from Max Crosby.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good test.
Yeah.
If he does well, I think he just needs to needs to win the game. If he wins the game,
That's all, right.
I think they got to stick with him.
I think that's all we can ask for, and that was kind of what I was talking about in the video. Like, I feel like finally we'll do enough to win on the offensive side. The defense is, I mean, statistically, they're gonna set us up with a chance. You would think against this Raiders offensive line. Now, if that's not the case, we'll come on here and say, well, the defense was the issue, but statistically this season should be in a good spot, and I think Shedeur is the one that actually can close it out. We almost led a tying drive against the Ravens, even with the bad stats and adversity. He had some clutch throws to get us in position. Alrighty. We got a lunch update or something? More lunch options. What is garden cup? I don't know. I'll look at that later. We got to answer some Browns fans' questions. If you want to be a part of the show, we're about to film a Q&A. Super chat or comment with the hashtag Browns if you want to be featured on the Q&A. Your take or your question. Joshua Miller, what about trading both first rounders for Drake May? Yeah, I'm sure New England would be in on that, man. They love him over there. They think he's MVP candidate, apparently. Oh, did Cully do the old comments? Let's go, Cully. Let's go. Should I tweet that out real quick? Or nah? Should I tweet that out? Cool. Hey, everybody go on my Twitter right now if you want a shout out. I'm about to tweet out the video we just did. You guys can be the first ones. All right, who spelled my name wrong in the copy? Oh, no. Yeah. Fix it. I'm going to tweet it out, though. Everybody head on over to my Twitter at Joey O 70. If you want a shout out, give me a follow. I'm going to tweet out this video right now. Dude, this is going to be lit. Shedeur says, I know I'm the guy. It's happening. Tweeting this out. So now they're saying I can just post the link, right? James. I don't think it did it for me. Oh, there we go. All right, everybody. I'm going to put this link to the tweet in here. Show me some engagement. Give me a follow and a like. I'll shout you out. There we go. Did you edit the copy or you want me to do it real quick? No, I was tweeting out the link. Sure. I'll do it in the doc. VOD. Thanks, man. All right, cool. Joshua Miller said he's not an Xer. That's all good, Joshua Miller. Are you an Instagrammer, Joshua Miller, by chance? You can hit us up at the Browns Report IG. All right, let's do a Q&A with the people to answer your questions. Let's do it. Yeah, I like it. All right. Sweet. We ready? I'm ready as well. All right, cool. It is confirmed Shedeur Sanders will start versus the Raiders for the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. Welcome to the Browns Report, everybody. I'm your host, Joey O Donoghue, and it's time to see how the Browns fans are reacting to this one. How are you guys feeling? We're going to look at a bunch of different takes and questions all across Browns fans here from the channel. Appreciate you guys all being a part of this. Hit that subscribe button so you can be on videos just like this one. And I say without further ado, let's get into our first one from Tone, giving me my classic greeting of the Joey O. I'm so pumped for this game. Tone, I'm right there with you. I think there's going to be an atmosphere in the stadium that is palpable. So many eyes are going to be on this one. We're finally going to get to see Shedeur get his first start in the NFL. I mean, there has been so much talk around him since April in terms of NFL terms, of what he can do, what he can be in the league. We'll finally get to watch it with a full week of practice and reps against a bad team. I'm excited to see what he can do. And you would imagine the Cleveland Browns could get a win in this one, hype up everybody else even more. Moving on to Poop, Scoop, and Boogie with the $50 super. Thank you so much. The scoop is in. The scoop says, my worry is that Shedeur has a great game, and Gabriel will still be named the starter the following week. If that happens, I'm done, Joey. Big love from Scoop of the Poop. Unfortunately, Scoop, there's a real possibility that this is the case. I mean, knowing what we know about the Cleveland Browns, knowing what we've seen, knowing their actions in years past, or this season, like, they clearly did not want to turn to Shedeur. I mean, they've just been giving Gabriel all the reps, all the chances here, and they had evaluated Gabriel as a better quarterback. However, it's important to note that the reason Shedeur is starting is because Gabriel is in concussion protocol, right? This is not them benching Gabriel. This is them going to their backup in their eyes. And so what could Shedeur do on Sunday to earn the starting job? Is there a world where he can be named the starter? I think it would have to be a incredible big number performance of at least 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, like something so incredible where there's no choice but to go back to Shedeur. What I think is more likely is Shedeur has a great game. They go back to Gabriel because that's what Stefanski said earlier in the week. He said Gabriel will start if he clears protocol. He did not. So it's more likely as Shedeur will play well, they'll go back to Gabriel. But if Gabriel stinks it up when he returns, now the pressure is going to be more pressuring than ever. Now it seems like, how could you not go to Shedeur? So we'll see what the Cleveland Browns end up doing. But I feel your emotion on this sentiment, and it's a real possibility the Cleveland Browns would do that. Braden, are we more excited for Shedeur to start or Stranger Things Season 5? Let's all be honest. It's Shedeur. We're hyped up about Shedeur getting to start, Braden. If you guys are part of the live, I actually have not seen a single episode of Stranger Things yet. So, comment if you think I should get on that. But I'm super hyped up about Shedeur starting. I've got my 12 jersey on right now. Let's get fired up, see what he can do. I'm really excited, genuinely. Against this Raiders team, I think it's the perfect team for him to get this start, to get this opportunity, and really get his feet wet as a starter, being prepped as a starter with a game plan tailored for him. Next up, we got AFX. Joey, what's the odds that if Shedeur does play good, Dillon Gabriel will still be the starter? So if I had to give a percentage, right, to sort of what I was talking about a little earlier, I think it is more likely than not that the Cleveland Browns name Gabriel the starter after this game from Shedeur. Not that I want it to happen, not that any of us want it to happen, especially if Shedeur goes out there and balls out I mean, pretty soon there's going to be pressure from the fans and the ownership to be like, all right, we got to start him. I mean, this is what's bringing everybody into the games. But I would say it's probably like, I'm going to say like a 67% chance that Gabriel would still be starting is my honest estimation here. Next up, we go to LAJ. How worried are we about Max Crosby getting to Shedeur because of our O-line? #Browns. Great question. Crosby's probably the one thing that fears me here. I mean, heck of a player, and the Browns' offensive line is clearly our biggest issue. They didn't hold up for Shedeur against the Ravens. They haven't held up for Gabriel or Flacco all season long, to be honest. And so that is concerning. And the one knock that people do have on Shedeur is, well, he does have a habit of running backwards a little bit in the pocket. Now, sometimes that buys you time, and he's actually able to spin out of sacks, something we see that we didn't get to see with Gabriel or Flacco. Other times, it will result in a big loss. And so those plays where the offensive line just gets blown by, it's reasonable to assume that Shedeur will take a couple sacks on Sunday. On the other side of things, Geno Smith's probably going to take multiple sacks as well. So, if you're making a prize picks lineup, take the more on all things sacks. But I am worried about Crosby getting to him. I still think that Shedeur will do enough to win, though, for the Browns on offense. If our defense plays as well as you would expect it to, I think Shedeur will have a couple touchdowns, at least one, and put us in a spot to win the football game. We did see some good throws in that Ravens game. Next up, let's go to JZN. If Shedeur eats as much or worse than Dillon Gabriel, are we still saying that Dillon Gabriel's cheeks, or are we hitting the reset on our opinions for next season after we definitely fire Stefanski? This is a good question here. I think that if the offense doesn't look any different with Shedeur than it did with Gabriel, than it did with Flacco, well, now you have the full assessment of multiple quarterbacks suffering in Stefanski's system, especially recently, even Deshaun Watson, and obviously the two that we've seen this year already in Flacco and Gabriel. Now you know the problem is Cleveland. Now you know the problem is the offensive line. Now you know it's the head coach. And this is why I've been harping on the fact that you need to build those up this offseason, right? Get a new system if Stefanski's the problem. Draft offensive linemen so that there is no excuse for the next quarterback. Make it a situation where a young quarterback can develop and thrive, and that way you can just assess talent. If you've got the offensive line and the coach around the quarterback, well, now you can just make it as simple as, okay, the quarterback plays bad, he's bad. But there's just so many examples of bad quarterbacks in Cleveland that you know that there's multiple other issues, and it's not necessarily just the QB. And that's why, again, my draft evaluation had always been that Shedeur is the higher ceiling, the better prospect, so I would like to see him play. But yeah, if you don't see any improvement and it doesn't look like it's on Shedeur, then you would blame the other things around him. If it's his fault, I'll come out here and say it, but I'm expecting a little bit better this Sunday. Don't miss it, though. We will be live for every single start that Shedeur has, for every single Browns game. Subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss it. Join us this week. Party with us. It's going to be a watch party. It's going to be electric. Lots of viewers are going to come. I'm going to wear a Shedeur jersey. You know it. And I might even be giving one away. I will be giving one away, actually. So hit that subscribe button and join us. Speaking of Shedeur jerseys, we got a great deal for you here at Chat Sports. Chatsports.com/12 jerseys. Do you want to get one? It's on sale right now. It's the perfect timing, pun intended, to get one for this Sunday because Shedeur will be making his first ever NFL start. You're going to want to be wearing the jersey when he throws his first touchdown pass. It's going to be electric. It was $130 to get one of these. It's now just $98 at chatsports.com/12 jersey. It's a great deal we're able to do for his first start. That link will be in the comment section. It will be in the description of today's video. And it's easy to remember. Chatsports.com/12 jersey. Get yourself a 12 jersey, just like I got, for Shedeur's first start. It's on sale. Let's go to Paul. I think he did okay Sunday, considering the circumstances. I'm glad they are giving him the start to answer questions about his true abilities in the NFL. I love the take here from Paul, to be honest, because there were some decent throws. The numbers maybe don't look as pretty, but, you could even pull up what Skip Bayless said if you want, Reed, and the photos of the throws that we do have that look pretty decent, because there were a couple moments in clutch time where you could actually see, okay, Shedeur is leading the Browns down the field, right? I mean, if this throw by Gage Larvidan is caught, the conversation is completely different about the debut. It's in his hands. It was a beautiful throw from the pocket, right on the money. And Awuzie just makes a ridiculous play to get his hand in there. And so there were some flashes from the debut, right? Even though they only had 4 completions, well, he did make a couple nice throws. The one to Fannin was one of the deepest throws we've had all season long. Not even kidding. Skip Bayless said, Shedeur's a franchise quarterback. I saw it on Sunday. So, a lot of people would probably be like, Skip's talking out of his mind here, but there were a couple decent moments, a couple decent throws, and you got to remember the situation, right? I mean, the offensive line is awful for the Cleveland Browns. A lot of moments where he literally did have no time to throw. No one open. Whitetail getting blown by here on this play. Also, Kyle Hamilton was offside on the final play of the game. That was just completely missed. So, a lot of factors that Shedeur had to deal with, a lot of adversity. But I like that you're saying, you know what, it was okay with all things considered. All things considered that he had no practice ever with the ones. I really want to see his abilities come out this Sunday with a full week of prep. I'm excited. Tune in. Let's go to Mike Nintendo Master, becoming a chat sports legend here. My point, with how they have a lot of injuries at quarterback, there's a chance then you're stuck with Watson. Mike, it's a great point, honestly, that Deshaun Watson could end up coming into this mix. Now, the Browns will not open up his 21-day practice window this week, we're told from Mary Kay. But that doesn't mean they won't do it later in the season if he's medically cleared. How will that factor in? He's making so much money to be on the sidelines and sit on the bench, right? If Shedeur doesn't end up playing well, if they give him a fair chance, they would probably have to go back to Watson. But they haven't given Shedeur that fair chance yet, remember. This is not them giving Shedeur the chance. This is Gabriel's hurt, so they're going to the backup. Maybe next year they'll give Shedeur a few real starts or later in the season, and then we can get a true evaluation of, do we really have to go back to Watson? I don't even think you need to consider that. I think you're drafting another quarterback or signing another one before you go there. But he is making so much money on the roster that it could come into this equation. Joshua Miller, who will Shedeur lean on the most in the passing game? This is a great question here from Josh. I do think that the tight ends are always helpful for a rookie quarterback. They're big targets, and we have 2 that can be electric in the pass game, Fannin and Njoku. Jeudy is obviously our number 1, and Shedeur, I think, finally getting to practice with him will help out. But I would actually lean on the tight end a little bit more, and then maybe you get a couple deep shots here to Cedric Tillman, to Isaiah Bond, right? There are options in that room. Gage Larvidan, Shedeur literally even joked, he's the only one I really have ever had a rep with. And that's why deep touchdown was to him. So there'll be options in the wide receiver room. I think you're going to look at some concepts where both tight ends are out there, just like the big play to Fannin. Njoku was open on a hitch route, and Fannin was the deeper option, and Shedeur made the throw. It was perfect, 25-yard completion. So good question there, Joshua Miller, because, Browns need some help in the receiver room. They have all season long. Braden, Raiders fans are even rooting for Shedeur. # Browns. I'm saying, that stadium might sound like a Browns home game. Every time Shedeur takes the field, there's going to be cheers. Now, there could be another side of it where there are boos as well. He is a player that is honestly either loved or hated in the National Football League at this point. But I think you're going to get more people that buy those tickets. They're going to be there to see Shedeur's first start because they're fans of him. Deion Sanders might even be there. He says he doesn't know yet. He has got to figure out his plans. But Coach Prime might be in the building, folks. There's going to be an atmosphere here that you're not going to want to miss. Raiders fans might even be cheering him on. All right, let's also do Day 1 Beans question here. Shedeur eye test in just one half of a game with no first-team reps for surpass the eye test Dillon Gabriel had in 5 weeks. Hey, we did see, honestly, more deep ball accuracy in Shedeur's one half with bad overall stats in the box score that we've probably seen all season long. Gabriel's longest completion of the year came in the first half. It was a 26-yard completion. Shedeur already has a 25-yarder. And like I said, that end zone shot to Gage, narrative could be completely different today. I saw him spin out of some sacks. He missed Isaiah Bond in the end zone, you could argue, on a play that he extended where he was under pressure. I think you did see more flashes of the intangibles and the ability, right? That he's going to have better accuracy, better arm strength, better mobility. Now, so I'll put it all together with a week of reps. Let's move on to Bretta. Y'all think this will be the most watched Browns game in a long time? Hey, that's a pretty good question. I think the Browns' playoff games had some numbers, but I think this one's going to be box office. It's going to be, honestly, top 5 of a watched Browns game in recent memory in the past few decades. I mean, seriously. I don't think people understand the draw that Shedeur has. Our watch party specifically started booming when it was announced that Shedeur was going to come in. So get ready. Buckle up. There's going to be eyes on this one. All right, Miami Mac. It's tanking Hurts' team morale and the ability to bring in quality free agents, especially being cap crippled. We can't just throw a bag of a big name. Look, tanking I've never been a fan of either. I hate it. I'm a Browns fan. I want to watch my team win. All right? And, what free agent's going to want to go to a team that's losing? Miles wanted out because we were losing. The only reason he said he'd stay was because the Cleveland Browns told him they had a plan to win. They also told him we had a quarterback situation figured out. Maybe that was Shedeur for the long run. And Miles and Shedeur get along really well. They're always laughing and joking. They're on the sideline. So, absolutely, you're going to want a system that allows players to develop. They hadn't been developing Shedeur. And now we'll finally get to see him with some reps. We'll see how he looks. I really want him to go out there and ball out, man. It would be awesome. It would be awesome. Be honest with me. Do you have faith in Shedeur Sanders? After the debut, what do you think? Type Y for yes, type N for no. If you got faith that Shedeur can go out there and ball out, let me know in that comment section. I want to see some Ys, maybe some Ns. If you're being honest with me, what do you think? Y for yes, N for no. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this edition of the Browns Report. Follow us on Instagram, Browns Report IG. I'm going to post a lot of highlights and a lot of my calls of Shedeur's plays from this Sunday. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel too. That's most important, so you never miss a video, you never miss a beat, you never miss a live stream. We'll be here for you guys all season long. Shedeur's first start is coming up. We'll be here for you. See you next time. Fun times ahead. Joshua Miller with a hesitant Y for yes. Hesitant. Explain, Josh. But I do feel you. Dude, it's going to be fun. Y for yes, N for no. Timothy said, all things considered, Gabriel also played okay. I mean, you could make that argument. But Gabriel also missed a lot of easy throws. And had a lot of turnover-worthy plays. I mean, I know the Browns' situation is bad, but no, we did not see good play from Gabriel. To be fair. Let's see what we got with Shedeur. We'll call it how it is. But I do believe in them. I do believe in the kid. It's going to be exciting. It's happening. It's happening. All right, folks. If you want to get any last questions or super chats in, feel free. We'll answer a few more and then probably wrap up here very shortly. But we had to get on here and tell you guys about the news. Shedeur making his debut. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be exciting. You excited?
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Excited? You gonna be dialed in?
I'm just upset that it's not gonna be me producing your game.
I know. Are you gonna be on the Raiders one actually?
I think I'm going to be on. Yeah, I think so.
Are you serious?
Wait, no, I gotta check.
Reed's got to check. That's a good point, Joshua Miller. He said it's first week, first start. Not sure still about Stefanski's ability to develop and work with quarterbacks. That is a question mark for me as well. I agree with you. You know? Do we think Stefanski gets fired at the end of the year, too? What's up? Oh, the old Raiders tandem. Guys, we got our Raiders channel. They put up numbers here at Chat Sports. We got to beat them this week. We got to beat them. Jeremy put in chit chat. Hilarious. It's happening, folks. You saw that. Timothy, I hope Sanders does well, but you need to apply the same standard to him as you do to Gabriel. We shall see. That's fair. I really hope he does well. Agree with you there. But if we see multiple weeks of Shedeur starting and it looks like Gabriel did, well, yeah. We'll have to call it how it is. I do believe in his talent, though. I think we're going to be able to do more here. But to Joshua Miller's point, can Coach Stefanski work with the QB well? We got a lot to talk about. We got more videos to make as well. So it's been a really fun time here. We appreciate you guys for hopping on for the breaking news. We will be live for Shedeur's first start. Remember, get yourself that jersey. Chatsports.com/12 jersey. Rep it this Sunday. We'll be live for you guys, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It really will be. What's up, man? We'll be live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to the channel. Timothy said, I hope you're right. I hope so, man. I hope so. Josh says his prediction is Stefanski gets fired, Schwartz gets promoted, and we'll bring in Mike McDaniel. Josh, you should have put that in the mailbag. That's great. That's great. Next time. That's good for to get people talking, you know? Bookmark that one, Josh. We'll do a coaching video as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for this live edition of the breaking news for Shedeur's first start. Don't miss it. We will be live. Hit the sub button. We'll see you guys next time.